Hey, we're back.
We're back.
I got some stuff you just gotta try. What is it? Talk.
So we did the last podcast on Friday, and then yada yada. Here we are.
Yada, yada, yada.
I got this feeling inside, can't find no balance in my mind. I must be missing a point. I need a coffee and a joint. I got this feeling inside, can't find no balance in my mind. I must be missing a point. I need a
covered,
coffee and a joint.
I put Colts on.
Coffee in the
George,
joint.
we're in the cold world right now, right?
Coffee in the joint.
I guess.
And yada, yada, yada might come in real handy into yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
Joint coffee.
Yada,
I
yada.
was trying to remember what that was.
F-16.
Like there was that Seinfeld episode where they're like, I went to the store, then yada yada, and then I saw Jane.
No, it was, what it was is George.
But they all would say it about different stuff.
Correct.
Yeah.
But they were, Jerry and George were in the diner, and he's
Right.
talking to Jerry, and he's like, hey, my girlfriend was talking to me, and I'm not sure what to think about this. And Jerry says, what's up? And he's like, well, she says, I went over to my boyfriend's house last night, and yada, yada, yada. I'm really tired this morning.
Yeah.
And
So what
then
is
it
the
was
yada
like,
yada?
he yada,
mean?
yada you. So,
Dude, speaking of Seinfeld, this guy in the video looks like Kramer a little bit.
oh, hey, you want to know something cool on that?
Couldn't you see Kramer doing that?
We were watching, was it 9 to 5?
The Dolly Parton film?
Yeah, it was either, we watched 9 to 5 this weekend, which was great. I forgot how
That's
good that
it's
movie
an
was.
old film, but it's funny, I think.
Yeah. And what was the other one we watched? Escape. Oh, no, it was Escape from Alcatraz with Clint Eastwood, 79.
Yeah, never seen it, but I've heard of it.
Fantastic
It's
movie.
supposed to be a pretty good one.
Well, I was just watching that, and I was telling Ange, I'm like, that's Kramer. And she's like, nah. 'Cause
Michael Richter?
Yeah.
The
Because
actor?
I'm really bad about that, right?
Okay, yeah.
I'm sure you're aware of this. I always find somebody that's never them.
Well, I have, in my experience, yes, you always identify somebody as somebody else. And I always just think, no, that's not that person, but okay.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10, you're correct. I like to misidentify all the
But
time.
hey, you guess.
But in this case,
Yeah, it was.
it was not.
Oh, well, also
How?
was not.
However, it kind of was.
How so?
Because in the episode of Seinfeld where they do the Seinfeld episode, and they have that guy come in and play Kramer.
I don't guess I knew that one.
Oh well, there's one where they go to NBC and they're making their sitcom, the pilot episode.
Right.
And of course George isn't going to act, and Kramer's not going to act, and they're going through all the different actors.
Oh, okay. So they're finding somebody who can play Kramer.
Correct. And
Got
they
it.
find this guy that looks just like Kramer
Okay.
and acts just like Kramer,
All right.
and they're like, oh, this is absolutely the guy. But of course Kramer hates the guy.
Right.
Sure, yeah. But it turns out that the fake Kramer was actually the Kramer.
That
on
was the
78.
real actor who was in Escape from Alcatraz.
So I kind of sort of got that one.
So it wasn't Michael Richter, but it was a guy who looks like it.
And he played Kramer.
Yeah. Well, he played.
He played Kramer.
Yeah. I guess so.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Richter played Kramer,
Correct.
and then this guy played
Kramer.
a version of Kramer.
Correct. You got all that around?
Yeah.
Is that right? Because
I think that's right.
So
That
Michael
sounds
Richter
funny.
played Kramer. But this guy actually played Kramer. So actually, I was proper, and everybody else is improper.
It's interesting. I'm like, how would you say that? Because Kramer is a made up character.
Correct.
Right. He's
Well,
fictitious.
no, actually, I don't believe he is. So Jerry made this whole sitcom about actual people. These were all people in his lives. Were they fake names or real names?
I don't know the answer
Echo?
to that. I assume Jerry wrote the script with fake names.
I unplugged her again. I hate her so much.
I don't even know. I think Larry David wrote most of it. I don't even know if Jerry wrote it, but
Larry David did write most of it. Yeah.
but
Which is weird because I usually don't like his crap. And I know a lot of people.
well, he
do,
had
but
then his show, right?
Yeah.
He also wrote.
Sucked.
His show was similar
Horrible.
but different. Yeah.
Nah, there was nothing similar about that. I had to reboot her. I hated her.
I think the actually I
Echo
only
almost
watched
went for a ride today.
Oh, Echo's annoying. I only almost went for you became flying saucer today, Echo.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever watched a full episode of what was it, Curb Your Enthusiasm?
That was the one on HBO.
That was the Larry David show where he was the actor in it.
Yeah, it was horrible.
But he wrote that too. I think he wrote, directed, and acted in Curb Your Enthusiasm.
You know, and I'll let you know, we're a minority too, because a lot of people love that show.
I only hear good things about Curb
Yeah,
Your
yeah.
Enthusiasm.
I dare you to watch an episode.
I've just never seen a full
It's
episode.
garbage.
Yeah, okay. I've
And
never
you
seen
won't
it.
either.
No,
That's the
maybe
thing.
not.
I've watched it several times,
Well,
yet have I made it through an episode.
but you like a bunch of stuff that I don't like.
I like a big, huge array of stuff.
And
though.
there's stuff that I like that you don't like. So I don't know that our tastes are similar enough where that recommendation would necessarily be appropriate for me.
Well, I don't know that we disagree on. Now, what is it? What's something that you've liked that I haven't liked? Besides biblical stuff, I'm not real big on that. Although I did like The Passion of the Christ by Mel Gibson.
Yeah, I mean it was well done. I don't know if I'm not like I wouldn't go watch it again.
No, but I enjoyed
but
it.
it was well done. Yeah.
Yeah. But where I'm saying is there's that,
I
and
don't
then
know.
of course we differ on westerns.
I feel like
now I like spaghetti westerns, and you hate them.
yeah. I mean I don't know which version of westerns I like, but I like I like any show that has a dominant alpha male lead who like fixes stuff. And a lot of cowboy stories have that character in them, right?
Sure.
But like I know
Hey, it's
like one of
Jesus.
it's somebody.
Yeah.
It's a drawing of somebody.
Yeah.
There's a pharaoh.
Sorry, just we're playing Colts up here on the TV.
So I know one of my favorite movies of all time that you have told me you think it's silly that I like it is Pitch Perfect.
Oh, that's horrible, man.
So there's an example.
Oh yeah, if we're talking musicals, yeah, we don't like
Pitch
the same.
Perfect is not a musical.
That is basically a musical.
But it's not. It's about show choirs. So it is not a musical. A musical is a very specific kind of play.
But they sing a lot in it, right?
They only sing when the characters are supposed to be singing in real life. They don't sing musicals. They like break into choreography and song for no reason, and it's not realistic. Pitch Perfect is about a show choir who is performing, so they sing when they're performing. That's not a musical.
Yeah, we differ in that subject.
Right.
Yeah.
You're wrong about the musical thing, but you don't have to like it. That's fine. There's no being wrong or right about liking something. But as far as labeling Pitch Perfect a musical, you're incorrect. That is incorrect.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I'm still going to label it musical.
All right. Well, as long as you and the podcast
Speaking
audience
of that,
know that you're wrong.
hey, actually, that led me to a really good.
And
thing.
I'll bet there's people listening to this who like Pitch Perfect and would agree with me that it is not a musical.
Oh, it sucks.
In fact, if you are listening to this and you agree with me, contact JC and tell him so.
Yeah, go ahead, try that. See where you end up on that. But
I'm just saying that, but at least you would count the people who told you.
I have a very, very important PSA here.
But I want to talk about Pitch Perfect not being a musical.
No, for reals and shit. Apparently, so I ran into a bit of a conundrum this weekend.
Well, nobody likes a conundrum.
No.
What was your conundrum?
Well, there's a church that reached out from me from Twin Falls that's actually called The Church.
This is not the same, the tabernacle.
This is
that
not
we've been
the church
talking about.
known as The Church.
But there is one in Twin Falls
Yes.
that calls themselves, and under the, like, they're legally called The Church
Yeah.
as their name of the, the
Correct.
government system.
And he pointed that out to me, and I want to say I did some research, and although I've never been there,
Yeah.
those people seem like truly legit, nice Christians.
Not cults.
No,
Not a cult.
not at all.
Yeah, and actually that would make sense to me because if you are a Bible believing follower of Christ, the church simply refers to the global unit of people who believe in Christ, who the Bible calls the bride. The bride will eventually be married to Christ the Son in the great afterlife. It's all imagery. It's not like we're really going to get married, but
Sure.
But the bride is the church. So that's like the global unit that represents all believers, which is not, and I heard an interesting stat, speaking of like Christian believers,
By all means.
because most people, I think, still have an old fashioned idea of of this nation being a Christian nation. And that because we're a Christian nation, we're the ones to send out the missionaries to educate the rest of the world. But of the 100% of Christians that live globally, 36% of them are in sub-Saharan Africa. 10% of them are in the U.S.
Aren't they like killing everybody in Africa? All the Christians? Isn't like mass slaughter going on over? Is that Africa where that's happening?
there are no Christians slaughtering anybody.
No. The Christians are being
being
slaughtered.
Now that may be true.
Like literally, like they're like
I don't
putting
know
hits
about
at 'em.
Christians being slaughtered, maybe, but I think it's northern Africa where all the people are being killed, and sub-Saharan is like lower Africa.
Okay.
More, I think, tribal stuff, things like that. I gotta be honest, I know nothing about Africa. I know that South Africa, which is really, really down lower than the equator, it's like probably cold down there.
Right.
They are very metropolitan. Like they have Johannesburg, and like they have a lot of that's like a first world country, South Africa.
Well, it was a hell of a good group.
Yeah. But the like Middle Africa, Northern Africa, that's like war torn Saharan, desert tribal shit. Like it's crazy, as far as I understand.
Well,
I'm sure that Ethiopia has like cities in it. I'm sure that Egypt has cities in it.
I worked with a guy.
In fact, I bet Alexandria is a huge city.
Shortly after I moved up here, I worked with a guy at a place over in Vancouver, which was from Ethiopia.
Yeah. And in the Bible, that's Cush or Put.
Sure. Well, in the way JC was grown up, it's that little place on TV that has all the little starving kids with flies all over their face.
Was it Ethiopia?
Yeah, that was Ethiopia.
Because I always feel like that was just like random parts of
Africa. Because I asked him, I'm like, dude, is your family like, do they need anything? And they got flies all over? I didn't.
Are they starving?
You're right. That's all bullshit.
Well, no, I mean but you could do that for certain places in America.
Sure.
You could find that one starving kid who's got flies all over him and his parents don't take care of him, and you could do the same kind of
kid.
Yeah, see? So that's what I'm saying. So like those people exist all over. I didn't know that those ads, because I remember those ads as a child.
Yeah.
But I didn't grow up with the TV, so I didn't see them a lot. I saw them when I was at my friends' houses. But I don't know. I didn't ever get the idea that was Ethiopia.
I'm pretty sure it was.
And then I'm obviously a huge student of the Bible, and Ethiopia is one of the like major places in the historic world.
Sure.
So like the people from Ethiopia were like one big powerhouse nation, and like the people from Egypt were another big powerhouse, and then you had Assyria and you had Babylon and you had Israel. Like Ethiopia is one of them. So like they've always been this big part of the historical world.
You know what would make things a lot better over there?
Money? I don't know.
If you just labeled the whole thing as desert.
But I don't know that it is.
It's the desert. No, I guess Ethiopia is like got a huge chunk of really, really cool ocean and beaches.
Well, they are a coastal country, so they do have.
He spoke
ocean.
most highly of it.
And I don't remember which of the rivers, but like the Tigris or the Euphrates or the something runs through Ethiopia and is like life-giving river. It's like the Nile in Egypt.
Sure.
So that's another reason Ethiopia is like I don't think it's the same as the rest of Africa.
Well,
and also like the desert part of Africa, isn't that like where the equator is? Ethiopia is north of the equator. It's not like in the hottest part of Africa.
I thought.
Let me pull up a map on the videos. What we need to do.
Africa. Hold on, I can do that. Speak for a moment.
Come on, Africa.
Real quick. So I did want to go back to that.
I never got to the PSA. I'm sorry. I'm very good.
No, the PSA is the church. I just wanted to go back to that for just a minute because I do feel bad about that. However,
what do you feel badly about?
Well, that I've been calling out the church and that their church could have been misconstrued for this. That's not nice.
I get it, but every time in the past several podcasts that you've said the word the church, I personally have a little tinge that goes up inside because I'm part of the church.
Sure.
And the church is very generic. It's not one specific group.
I'm just letting you know, as we grew up, and everybody I've talked to over all the years, and everybody that I talked to along the way, anybody from Twin Falls has known that place as the church. So one thing to the church, not the place known as the church.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first, the name, I got to be honest. I'll let you know, I am a big man of...
wings reflect the stars that guide.
Hold on, what's this?
That's perfect. I didn't even catch it right away.
You're welcome. So anyways, to that guy that owns that church or named the church, it's a little lazy.
You're talking about the actual Christian church, not the tabernacle.
I believe it was. No.
You're not talking about
the tabernacle. Didn't have a name. I don't care what it said, and they put letters. They've actually got it. I've shared a photo. There's a photo that says tabernacle on it now. There was never. It was the
You're
church.
saying current day they have a sign
Yeah,
that says
yeah,
that.
yeah. So, anyways, I do apologize to the church, although I do think your name is a bit lazy.
Actually, you can call it lazy, but I think you're calling it lazy out of ignorance. Somebody who would make the decision to call their local congregation the church is somebody who's reaching out to the idea that we are part of something global, universal, and Christ-like. So they've put a lot of thought into that name, is my guess.
Well,
And they've chosen it on purpose. They also don't want the people who want, like people who would want to check out their church.
Mhm.
They don't want those people to have preconceived notions about what the denomination is. When you see a sign that says Baptist, you have ideas of what that is. When you see Presbyterian, you have an idea of what that is. When you see Methodist, you have an idea of what that is. When you see Assembly of God, maybe you not specifically, you personally, but people in general hear those names, and those names mean something, even though today they really don't. Like today, if you grew up in the South thinking, oh man, Southern Baptist, conservative, Arminianism, and all this stuff, like that was true back then. But like today, you could go to a Baptist church and it could look just like some Pentecostal church because the names aren't the same anymore. And I don't even know. In many cases, I'm not even sure where the names come from.
But wouldn't you want to be identified? Like, if I was a Ford mechanic and that's all I worked on was Ford,
the problem is
I would want Ford up on the building.
The problem is, I think when it comes to Christian congregations, while we all adhere to the piece of the Bible that says there is a triune God, God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit, and God the Son was Jesus, the man in flesh, both God and flesh. He did all of the miracles that the Bible says he did. He did die. He did raise from the dead, which is the basis of our belief. Like without the resurrection, without the death and the resurrection of Christ, there is no Christian. There is no point.
Sure.
Because that death and resurrection took away the thing that keeps us from God, which is our sins, our shortcomings. So that's the fundamental Christian belief that makes everybody Christian. That's why we say Christian, because it's following Christ, right? Christ is
Christ-like.
Right. And Christ was the Greek title for the Messiah.
Sure.
The chosen one that, God sent to be the Savior. So that's the thing that makes everybody Christian. But because the Bible is a book that can be interpreted in lots of different ways, and
the chosen one.
The chosen one. Is that what the weed's called?
Yeah.
Nice.
No, I just.
Oh, okay. That would be cool, though.
This was the joint I chose.
We should have a strain of weed called the chosen one.
All right, Mr. Christian, you're going off the lecture land.
No, what I'm getting at is we have it all. We have that in common, but like the Methodists have their teachings, the Baptists have their and so their interpretations of certain parts of Scripture may not line up with each other's ideas, and it is over those differences that the church, which should have been global and universal, has split into so many different branches.
Right.
And so like now, for example, I'm somebody who I guess you would call conservative, because I look at those churches, those Christian congregations that display the pride banners and say, Jesus is love, he loves everybody. I think they have gone to the side of the world. They are sinning by accepting something that God very clearly said is wrong. That's not the church, in my opinion.
Okay.
So we have those differences. So like the Methodists, the Presbyterians, the Lutherans, and the Episcopals, who all want to be gay, they can separate and say, we're the church that are gay and we accept gay people. And I'm like, well, I'm a conservative Christian. I don't interpret the Bible the same way as you do. I don't think God likes gay people. Or that's a bad way to say it. God loves people.
God hates gay.
No. God loves people, but God very clearly in his Bible says it is an abomination for a man to sleep with a man.
Gay, you're meaning homosexual.
Homosexual, my bad.
Gay is not that. That's my word.
I'm
love taking my word back.
I love the word gay in both contexts.
Well, it's actually, the word gay is happy.
Originally in the English language, yes.
I mean, but I'm taking it back.
So what happened in the English language is the British, who were the first people to speak English, I believe.
Sure.
And they used the word gay, right, to say, oh, we're happy and gay, or that guy, hey, look, he looks very gay today. She looks very gay today. Everybody's gay. There's songs that use the word gay to mean happy, right? We've all heard the historical meaning of gay. What happened is in that, like when a guy was too happy or a guy was really cheerful and they called him gay, he would seem sometimes effeminate. And so eventually the meaning changed to effeminate, and then eventually the meaning changed to homosexual. And that was something the Americans did because we change everything.
Where do you learn?
I learned this from a lot of reading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just odd. So it's not like one article. You compiled all this shit together.
I'm 50 years old. I've been reading since I was 10.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've read a lot of shit in my
I
life.
didn't know if it was just like,
Yeah.
here's the meaning of gayism.
No, I would say,
Yes, I'm coining that too, gayism.
Gayism.
Yes, it's really good. It's catchy.
Entomology, which is the study of words, is something that I have a great interest in. And while there is no one, comprehensive book of entomology, there are lots of books that talk about entomology. And so you can...
Well, I'll tell you, if they wanted more people to learn about entomology, you would start by not naming it entomology.
But all the ologies are a study of something.
Study of cool words.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Ologies.
Zoolander has it right here.
Zoology
is
what? The study of animals.
Sure, but I was talking Zoolander, sorry.
The movie.
Half a joint. There
The
we
movie.
go. No, I killed a joint. This is my second. It's a heavy joint.
When you said Zoolander, you meant the movie with
the
Ben
movie,
Stiller.
yes. Yeah.
I've seen it. That's actually one of the movies I've seen.
When he's building the school for dumb.
That has the huge name.
Yeah, well, what was it? The school for not quite stupid people or
No,
dumb
it's like
people?
the people who can't think so well and also can't talk so good. It was like a really long name.
Yeah. You got to dumb it down like that for us if you want us to learn about that.
Well,
shit.
I think all of us, if we're of adult age, if you're listening and you're an adult, I hope that at some point in your schooling they taught you that the Latin ending ology means the study of whatever the prefix is of that word. So if you have theology, it's the study of God or the study of deity, right?
Sure.
If you have zoology, it's the study of animals. If you have entomology, it's the study of words.
All right, fine.
And if you have, what's the...
Sexology. I like sexology.
Oh, there's a different word for that. It's not sexology, but yeah. There's the study of insects is very close to the study of words, and
all I know is Kinsey was the man, and that guy did just about every possible study when it came to sex. And some of the stuff that this guy thought of, that guy, I kind of feel bad for his wife because he
was definitely, I guess, what would
hey,
you...
baby, let's try this.
Well, yeah, I mean, he was like what would you call those people that push the envelope?
Thrill seeker?
A real stop rednecking it up. There's a better word for it. Anyway, whatever it is.
Sure.
I mean, I think if you want to, Kinsey did do a lot of pushing the envelope, but I think that the guy who you would say has pretty much everything that our modern stupidity is built on is Freud.
Oh yeah, Freud fucked some shit up though.
Because he studied the whys we
I
did
can
things.
tell
the
you,
why of sex, the why of killing,
he's
the why
wrong,
of...
though, because
he was very wrong about a lot of shit.
Wasn't Freud the one that said like dudes have sexual fantasies of their mothers?
That was among the things that he was studying.
That's what he's known for.
I don't know if he's known for that specifically. But...
I have known a lot of dudes, and I can tell you, I don't believe any of those dudes thought about their mom as hot people. In fact,
I've never had a guy tell me that. No.
If anybody even talked of their mom in a bad way, like your mom's hot, you're getting hit.
Maybe, but what you're talking about, those guys having sexual fantasies of their own mothers.
Well, yeah, but that's even worse.
That's an entirely disgusting thing. Yeah. I don't know what he was dealing with when he was... I think the main thing that Freud taught that I have an issue with is that Freud was if it feels good, do it. There is no consequence eternally.
Well, I kind of like that, though.
That's pretty much wrong. There are consequences.
There have been times
decisions.
where I agree with that, and there's been times where I disagree with that.
So
but yes, there are times I've thought that was wrong.
If you go about living your life 100%, if it feels good, do it. There's no moral consequences. You are going to fuck up and die.
There's a lot of them. Yeah. No. In fact, moral consequences is where we're talking about this. Oh, hey, moving on. So
that actually segues right
there. You go. PSA, just to finish that up, I truly am sorry to the church. Like I said, I did look it up on Google. Like I'm not a church guy, and I'm not in Twin anymore. But
did the person who contacted you contact you because they were upset about it?
But he did it, and he was polite. And he just said, hey.
He was just pointing out there is a
calling, and he didn't want anybody to get that confused.
Correct. Yeah, he didn't want somebody to be like, think they were the cult.
Correct. Yeah, and I get that, and I understand that. But at the same time, if there's somebody that's been taken advantage of by somebody from the church, because I'm telling you that this is crazy, the shit that I'm getting sent right now.
Mhm.
I would hate for them not to report it or something didn't happen because I was calling it the Tabernacle, because I grew up with this place and I had to figure out what the fucking name
Well,
was.
look, I have been a part of at least 20 different local congregations in my life,
Right.
and not they very few of them have been the same group or denomination. And some you could say maybe 18 different groups or denominations within those 20 different local congregations, and every single one of them we said we're going to church.
Well, going to church, but this is the church.
Yeah, I don't know.
So-
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how. I find it very difficult to believe that when people in Twin Falls, Idaho heard the church, they immediately thought of the cult. I would think that there's enough churches in Twin Falls, Idaho that that wouldn't be the immediate thought. I would think it had to have had a name that people knew what you were talking
Yeah, the church.
about. Yeah, but obviously this other guy's saying, no, that's not true. We're the church and we're
Well,
not
this
that at all.
guy's newer than me, I think.
Well, I'm sure they're a newer congregation, yes.
That wasn't around. All I'm saying is, I there are people that
So if you're of the
there's a lot
old
of
blood,
people. Yes, there's a lot of people, and unfortunately, a lot of the old blood they were taken care of. They're taken advantage of, and it
correct.
right.
So I think that's what you're dealing with. You're
So
dealing with a generational thing.
yeah,
People from our
yeah,
generation that lived in Twin Falls at that time
correct,
would have known the church was this cult.
correct.
People that are of the newer generation
Uh huh.
probably don't know that,
Correct.
and then they don't, when they hear the church, they just think of whichever church is closest to them, or maybe this specific congregation that calls themselves the church.
And much like Kill Bill,
Much like Kill Bill.
B says in the kitchen as she kills the little girl's mom, and for this I'm sorry. And someday, if you feel the need to come kill me, I understand.
That's a great line in that movie.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Well,
love that scene.
yeah, I saw it.
And for this, I am sorry.
I'm sorry.
But it's got to be done.
So yeah, okay, so I got some more interesting news. Apparently, I started out to help out Ryan's niece and to get this word out and to
Right.
help other people that have been taken advantage by rat face.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
because you knew people that were trying to get this guy arrested and stuff, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have now been contacted, and this blew my mind, man. Really, it
Is your
was
mind
like
blown?
it still is blown. I have been contacted by family from coast to coast. And when I say family from coast to coast, these are family members that I've heard of before
Mm-hmm.
and I've heard talked about a bunch, and I'm sure I met them when I was like a little child or something.
Right. You might have run across them, but it's not like you remember them.
Correct.
Yeah.
But I never like met them.
Sure.
Right. So this one stuck out in particular. It came over and I recognized the name,
Mm.
right? I'm like, huh. Well, I recognized the last name anyway.
Sure.
Yeah. And so I'm like, oh, this can't be good. They're religious people.
You know the family as the religious folk.
Well, all the Hanchies are religious
Okay.
one way or another.
Whether they're religious towards the cult or religious towards Jesus, you're not sure, but
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Like I was telling you, my Aunt Bobby, she got away, but she's still super religious. She has never cut her hair. It's like 5.5 feet long.
sure. There are people who think that the Bible wants you to be that way.
Right. And then there's all the East Coasters I've found out. I've met 2 of them so far in letters.
What part of the East Coast are they on?
Georgia, and I don't know where the other one was from. But
Georgia.
they reached out and said they were glad that I had the gumption to do it. And I will note that they did most of them actually, which was odd because I would have thought maybe 1 or 2 of them, but apparently I have brought this to light in a much more colorful way than they would have.
Well, then they should have if they didn't want it done so
Well, that's the thing.
colorfully.
Somebody had to do it. If you want me to do it,
It's going to be colorful.
it's going to be colorful.
That's right.
Guaranteed it's going to be colorful because I just don't give a shit anymore.
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk about some of that stuff, and then Ryan is for sure coming on the show. Hopefully Wednesday or Thursday.
Oh, Wednesday. Okay.
Or Thursday. I'm
Or
trying
Thursday.
for Wednesday because you have church on Thursday.
Yeah.
but we also have another young lady
Mhm.
that's going to come on the show.
Okay.
Uh, and I mean, it's all but done. We've talked about it last night, and she's scared to death. I'll let you know that. Yeah, I know you think it's
This,
funny, but
this is
really,
this is JC teasing future podcasts.
yeah, right. Yes, the podcast. I still think the podcast is trying too hard, man. It's like
I
that.
still think it's funny as hell.
Anyways, it's truthful. I won't argue that. But anyway, she's going to come on. I want to get her on the same night as Ryan because she comes from another side. She's more on the Branderish side of things,
Okay.
where he's more on the Hanchy side of things. And the Brander family, I found out, moved up. I've been doing some research.
Okay.
Their whole family and congregation were down in, yeah, I want to say New Mexico, maybe.
Mm.
And apparently they needed some fresh blood up at this church, so they moved their congregation up here. And I think this is at the time that everybody had stopped believing in Bull Durham. What was his name again?
The Burnham?
Burnham.
Burnham?
Burnham.
I don't know what his first
Yeah,
name
yeah.
was.
Not Leslie Burnham, as
I
in
don't think it was
so
Leslie.
Leslie Burnham. Now that
Who's
is
that?
that's American Beauty, man. Lester Burnham.
Was his last name Burnham?
Yeah, I believe so. I love it when that scene, he starts out, he's jerking off in the shower, and he's like, "You may not know it, but this is the highlight of my day."
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Lester
Because he's
Burnham.
narrating the
Yeah,
story.
yeah. So good.
Lester, I remember. I
Yeah,
didn't
it's
remember
pretty Echo.
Burnham. Maybe.
What was the last name of Lester in American Beauty?
Lester's last name in American Beauty is Burnham.
Aha!
You got it.
Meaning
Nice
it's one of
job.
my favorite movies.
This is a momentous occasion. JC remembered something accurately.
Well, I have seen that movie about 700 times.
That'll help.
Yeah. We get into a big argument, by the way. You've seen that.
I have seen American Beauty. I mean, not 700 times. Maybe once and a half.
Okay. Well,
It's been a while.
but you've seen it.
Yeah.
All right.
I did. It is among the few movies I've watched.
Okay. So there's this scene
Yeah.
Where people that I live around are really shallow, I guess. They don't understand deep movies like American Beauty.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. I'm not sure who you're talking about.
Just
but all right.
they just take things at shelf level.
Okay.
Angie. I'm talking about Angie. A lot of people actually. I was
Okay.
surprised how many shallow people there are.
What makes them shallow? What is he? I
Okay,
don't
so
understand.
it's the scene where all right, spoiler alerts. If you haven't seen American Beauty,
I guess shut it off now because you're gonna get a spoiler.
here's what happens. So there's the military neighbor, right? And he is hardcore, straight, 100% military. And there is
Who's raising a teenage son?
correct.
Yeah.
And his son is fucked up. Rightfully
His son's
so.
a little odd.
Another?
Yeah.
Okay. His son is fucked up because, well, his dad. Well, actually, he's probably the
Well,
most sane dude.
Yeah,
in the
but I
whole
mean,
family.
the story's written in such a way that you get the idea that he's a little odd. He's off, a little
Correct.
different. Yeah.
But he's a hell of a pot dealer.
That is true.
Because that son of a bitch got $2,000 for an ounce of weed, and I still want to know how he does that.
Where did they live?
I don't know, but he said, here's the regular stuff. It's like $300 an ounce, which was the going price at the time.
At that time. Thank God it's still not that expensive.
Right? Yeah. Who thought legalizing something would have made it cheaper? Anyways, he where was it? Oh yeah. Anyways, he was
getting like $2,000
for that G13,
for some
it's
whatever,
special
yeah.
military grade bullshit, whatever. Yeah, Lester, no, he just fucking quadrupled his profits and said, "Fuck you, idiot."
Yeah.
Anyways, the only thing I ever smoked, he'd build up a tolerance to it, and it wouldn't be good anymore.
Right.
Right. Yeah. So, anyways, leave it to a real pot smoker to explain that shit. So, anyways, so military man has the wife is fucked up with the military.
Well, she's
guy.
obviously very abused.
She is fucking twisted, dude.
Yeah, but she's like she's obviously been I don't know if abused is the right word, but like she's been dominated as in the marriage, obviously, because she's so she's always down.
Well, when the kid takes Lester up the first time to buy weed, he walks into the house and she's like, I apologize for the mess. I have
Yeah.
never seen a
Yeah,
house
and
that
it's
clean.
spick and span.
Yeah, yeah,
exactly.
yeah. And she's all paranoid.
Yeah, because she's obviously been beat for not doing
And then
shit
she
right.
just sits there like a dog through the
Yeah.
whole fucking
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
It's some fucked up. Anyway,
So clearly the family's got some issues.
yeah, yeah. Anyway, so in part of this, the kid has been in trouble with weed, right? He's a pot smoker, and dad's committed him and all kinds of shit for that. So he
Right.
keeps an eye on him, and he piss tests him and all military shit.
Very conservative, very harsh.
Well, he's up snooping through his room one night, and he looks out the window, and what's happening is Lester is like in gym shorts, right?
Because he's working out.
Because he's working out.
He's got his weight.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah,
he's,
yeah.
He's got his midlife crisis going
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
just being a man.
He's trying to bang the 17-year-old.
Well, that's what. That's how it's written. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I mean, and it's written so well, you find yourself pulling for the pedo, which is
Right,
not cool.
But I like the way it ends up.
Yeah, it ends up right.
Yeah.
He gets morals, so I like that.
Well,
right?
I like the way, like, that's why I always think, like, through the whole thing, I'm like, yeah, he does have a fantasy, obviously, of banging the 17-year-old, but at the same time, like, it's not totally real, and he's almost knows he's using it as an incentive, but it's not totally real. I don't know. It's a very well written story.
No, I think I think that was his incentive. However, when the time came, that's when the morals kicked in, and he's
Right.
like, "Dude, I can't. This is a child, right?
Right, and
can't do this."
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
I think that whole battle was there the whole time.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
why
yeah.
he's, the whole story.
Oh,
like,
so, I don't think
fucked up.
I think up until that point, no, he was all for it.
Who's shallow now?
I mean, even I'm not shallow at all.
I'm
It's
saying it
even
was
like
deeper than that.
when he was talking to Jim and Jim, the joggers, and they're like, "Why are you trying to get in shape?" He's like, "I want to look good naked." It was
Wanna
all
look
about
good
banging the
naked.
chick. No. Okay, so let's go back to this part because
Yeah.
so you got military man. He's looking out the window and his kid's over there selling some shit to Lester,
Yeah, he'd gone over to sell him some weed.
and he went over to roll a joint, but unfortunately, from the view of Dad, it looked like the kid was blowing Lester.
Right, because he couldn't see the whole thing.
Correct. Which in real life turns out maybe that happened because, well, Kevin Spacey, he's gay as shit and was
And the
raping
fucking
boys.
Yeah, and the
So-
fucking molester, yeah.
Yeah, so it's possible.
But in the movie, the story's written so that the father thinks that his son's blowing the neighbor.
Correct. So the infamous scene that we have argued and we still argue to this day on. The guy comes over to Lester's garage and Lester's working out and it's dark and it's pouring rain. I mean, just
The
fucking
father does.
dumping. Yeah,
The father comes over at a later time.
correct.
Yes.
And it's just him and Lester.
Correct. The
They-
son's not there.
No, the guy bangs on the door, and in fact, Lester opens the garage door up, and here's military man wearing bright red lipstick
And
and
totally
just
drenched.
drenched
Yeah,
in
just
this
dripping.
downpour,
Yeah, yeah.
right? And Lester says, "Come in, man, come in. Get out of that rain." And the guy's like crying, and Lester's like, "You all right, man? What's wrong?"
Yeah, Lester's like doesn't understand what's going on. Yeah.
Right, yeah. So out of nowhere, military man walks straight up, lays one on Lester
Yes,
right
he
on the
does.
lips.
Yes, he does.
Right, yeah, yeah. And
It's
so,
one of the most uncomfortable scenes of the whole movie.
right? So Lester pushes him away. Right?
Yeah, because
No,
Lester's
man,
not into
I'm
that.
not like that.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
I got somebody. I'm not
Correct.
like that.
Yeah,
Now,
Lester's very confused at this point.
correct.
Yeah.
Now, Angie feels that the guy was a closet homo, and he came over there in order to.
Uncloset himself.
Yeah, let me. Homo is not a nice word. I should not have said that. That is my redneck coming out.
Is that not nice?
I don't think that's nice.
I don't
If it is, well, if it is, I apologize. If not, I
I
said. Anyways, I'm trying to be a better person.
But you think he's closet gay, and this is you don't like gay, homosexual.
There
Just
you
say
go.
the whole thing.
Well,
He's a
yeah.
closet homosexual,
Yeah.
and this is his pronouncement of I'm homosexual.
Right? Yeah, yeah. No. What?
No.
No, absolutely not. No, that's shallow.
You're saying that's not what the
That's
scene
so
is
shallow.
showing.
Yeah,
okay.
no. Earlier in the show, the kid and the father are in his ride, and he's taking the kid to school. And
Okay,
they're
yeah.
talking about Jim and Jim, the neighbors that came over and gave him a gift basket.
Jim and Jim. Yep.
Jim and Jim.
Yep.
I loved it. Yeah, that was fucking
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
So anyways, the kid says, surprise me, Dad, for being so blunt, but those gays, or said something like
I think you
those
might call him faggots.
fags. Yeah, I think he's like faggots make me sick or something like that, right?
Sure.
And Dad says, "That's good, boy. That's good. That's, right. Good for you. Hey, that's how I was raised." Right? I was like, "That's good, boy."
Right on, son.
Yeah. No, good for you. I would have got a pat on the back for that.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and then that's what he does in the movie. He is,
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah. And then he says, "That's real good, boy, because if you ever were gay or slept with somebody, I'd kill myself before that happened." And
It is a very dramatic answer.
right. And they emphasize on this. So that's why he put the red lipstick on, is because he thinks his boy is blowing Lester in the garage.
And therefore gay.
Correct. And he already said, "I'd take my own fucking life before I would let that happen."
Yeah.
Right, yeah. So he makes himself all pretty, and he walks over to,
He sure
to Lester,
does.
right? And he comes in, and he doesn't even ask, dude. He just lays right into Lester,
I'm doing this.
basically saying, "Here, take me instead of my child."
Instead, yeah.
Yeah. Because that's the depth of the movie. It's
I
not
can-
right there on the upper shelf.
I can certainly see that interpretation is certainly part of it. Yeah, I always kind of thought like there was a piece of him that was just as the movie depicts Lester going through a significant life change.
Sure.
You kind of see this guy going through a significant life change, and almost as though he's all like, "All right, if this is the way it's going to be, what is it like?"
No, I don't get that at all. He's not changing at all. He's like completely set in his ways.
Which is why he put on red lipstick and went and kissed a dude.
That was for the sacrifice. He had to make himself look pretty.
That is an interpretation.
No, well, it's the correct interpretation.
This is why churches separate.
Sure. But
now you understand.
If my church separated from you, in all fairness, I would not name it the church. That's kind of cheating, by the way. Because if like you're new to a town and you're like, well, let's look up the church, see where I want to go.
Bam.
Now, smart from a business move.
Well,
Very
if
smart.
you're looking up in like alphabetical listings, you're gonna find the assembly.
And obviously, with a name like the church, they allow drinking.
I don't know if they do. I mean, what do you mean by allow drinking?
They would have to. They're all drunk at a poker game. I guarantee that's how they got the name. And
you
they're
think
like,
so?
yeah, they're like, let's start up a new congregation.
You don't think that my earlier explanation would be more accurate, considering they're a church?
No, I think they were drunk and they're like, what the hell should we name this place? And one guy's like, let's name it the church.
Call it the church, man.
Right? Drunken poker games come up with it. So
or it could have been all sitting on the porch high, smoking.
Well, I would hope so, but this is Idaho, so I'm going to say no.
Be in Idaho, yeah.
Yeah,
You're probably right.
Yeah, no, probably beer.
Alcohol's legal.
Yeah.
Not weed.
Alcohol's not even really legal on Sunday there. So
they still have dry counties and stuff in Idaho?
I don't know. They probably changed it. Dude, I haven't been back there in 20-something years.
Fair enough.
Sunday used to be no-go day. You could buy beer, but no hard alcohol.
Oh, really? Like it literally couldn't be sold on
Correct.
Sunday? Oh,
yeah. Nope, you're done. You had to stock up Saturday.
I guess so.
Right. Well, I was going to say poker games and drunkenness. My buddy, well, not my buddy, but an old customer of mine, business owner here in Portland for many years. He was at a drunk poker game and came up with the absolute best name you've ever heard for a business in your life.
Okay.
If you owned a fish store, what would you name it?
I don't know, like scales for sale or something cheesy.
The Wet Spot.
Oh, yeah. Hello.
Exactly. Yeah. And there was a drunken poker game. One of his buddies like, you should name it the Wet Spot, man. It's a fish store.
Call it the Wet Spot.
And boom, there it is. Are you ever going to forget that name? You need a fish. You're going to go to the Wet Spot. I mean, it's genius, right? It's not like naming it the Fish.
Yeah, no. Although that is the name of a local radio station.
Anyways, on that note, man, I think I'm about ready for a break. You ready for a break?
Yeah.
So just to wrap up a little bit, though, Ryan definitely will be on later this week. I will let you know that when that is. I've looked into this. I've got 5 other ladies that I'm talking to right now.
That doesn't sound right at all.
Not in this context, my Jesus. No, bad. I have 5 other ladies right now that I am currently talking to, trying to get them to step forward.
Just
now,
they have information that would be of note.
2 of them have been raped by Matt.
Yeah,
and 3 of them
but
were
dude,
not.
I can completely.
They were not raped. I want to
still
be
probably traumatized.
He was pressuring him into it, and he was using the job, and he was using.
I'm just saying, I can completely understand in those circumstances that you wouldn't want to talk
And I'll also know.
So respect that if they don't
I
want you.
believe I heard the FBI raided his house, and I certainly hope they did because there are a couple. I won't say how many, but there's a couple of those girls
Mhm.
that he took some really good pictures of.
So maybe they would find more evidence.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
hope
yeah.
so. Yeah. Anyways,
Like I said, I'm always a fan of what's in the dark being brought to light because
well, that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm
yeah,
gonna sink this cult, man, because it ain't cool, and it's ruined the life of a lot of people.
which is
Like I
always
said,
shitty.
dude, there's a lady living there right now, scared shitless to just talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that obviously
That's
is a
not
sign.
right.
Yeah, that's obviously a sign of definite manipulation
Yeah.
and bad
So,
things.
but I don't like giving out bad information, and I like to verify as much shit. I'm sure you appreciate that.
I do.
So anyways, we will have him on the show. We'll have her on the show. I'm trying to get the same night, so I think that'd be really cool.
I would.
Uh, and then we'll go from there.
All right.
All right.